I'm Carrie.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Caleb.
And this is
The Situation Room.
Israeli-Iranian conflict stems from Iranian participation in Hezbollah attacks against Israel. Iran provided arms which were used in attacks including land-to-sea missiles and rockets. Although Tehran did not call for these strikes, both nations have anticipated conflict ever since. Israel didn't retaliate sooner due to fear of losing allies like the US, but with emerging conflict of nuclear power in Iran, Israel has declared Iran as its greatest threat to its existence. UN Security Council and the International Atomic Energy Agency are working in tandem to decide upon the Iranian nuclear deal.
The world realizing that Iran has nuclear weapons is also a realization of environmental problems caused by humans. This realization is a trend of the green theory in international relations. The Guardian says, nuclear weapons pose the single biggest threat to the Earth's environment. Scientists have warned. Nuclear weapons encompass a lot of energy and is increasing the global climate change in a negative way. The Guardian also states, in addition, the ozone layer, which protects the surface of the Earth from harmful ultraviolet radiation, would be depleted by 40% over many inhabited areas and up to 70% of the poles. A nuclear power plant that exploded in 1986 called Chernobyl caused so much damage to the environment that effects are still felt today. The environmental problems caused by these powerful weapons are analyzed by the green theorists and are extremely concerned for the safety of our Earth.
Security and conflict recognition between Israel and Iran are something that is seen in the Middle East as a natural occurrence to the global view as well to America and European nations. But it's due to the constant security and resource threats that Israel and Iran both give each other. The fighting in Lebanon, the Gaza Strip, and the massacres in the Syrian border, the majority of these conflicts are due to the ideology between Iranian powers and the ideology between some of the Israeli powers for home rights or whether it be for population of the land. And with the recent nuclear deal between the U.S., Israel, as well as Iran, this limits the power that Iran can have a nuclear bomb that could threaten many other sovereign states. Now, from a realist perspective, this is seen deemed unfair towards Iran as a power coming up, a sovereign state coming up without having that type of power. They have no other power to stand against Iran and some other countries. But another type of theory may suggest that America only came in for help against consequentialism.
The U.S. has taken a more liberal approach to its relations with Iran due to the debates over the nuclear power issue between Iran representatives, the U.S., and 5 other major countries. Israel disagrees with the plan to lift sanctions against Iran's nuclear plants, believing that such a deal possesses a direct threat to the existence of the state. Obama has publicly defended this deal, saying that the intention is to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon by insisting on an open-door policy, which will allow the International Atomic Energy Agency to search any Iranian nuclear plants for weaponry. The U.S. claims that this relationship is not based on trust, which is a significant liberal principle in IR. Liberalism also establishes trade as a viable source of peace, as trade establishes a mutually beneficial relationship between countries. After the Iranian Revolution, Israel's mutual interests with Iran, including oil trade and preventing the Soviet rule, became irrelevant, and the international relations suffered consequently. Contrastingly, following the passing of the nuclear deal, the U.S. and Iran are expected to have a larger amount of trade due to common interest in oil and also the middle class in Iran having an interest in American goods.
Marxism emphasizes the separation of class and the state, particularly on the economies between 2 states. The theory is separated into sub-theories, which include world systems theory and dependency theory. The world systems theory explains how states are split into 2 different categories, core periphery and semi-periphery. Both in Iran and Israel could be compared under the semi-periphery even though Iran tends to be the wealthier nation. The states both provide manual labor as well as raw resources to support the wealthier core countries. Marxism was created by the communist Karl Marx, and communist ties are still within the theory. Some communism can be found in some of the terror groups attacking Israel. The Jews in Israel are struggling with the attacks and are trying to overcome the economic and nuclear power Iran has.